Okay, right then, guys.
You're disgusting.
Okay. Someone questioned me about the different. Don't dance because the camera will wobble. Oh no, we seem to have an interruption.
What was it?
Continue. If you come here, I'll say my top favourite Taylor's the Harrogate coffees. Yeah, ignore the security guard. He's a pagan. Hot Java Lava. After Dark and Rich Italian. They're my top three. I'd say Christmas Blend is in a tier of its own because it's Christmas Blend. And that concludes.
I got some 10-inch heels in my room. I'll put on my body oil in my perfume. Hey, baby.
Good morning. Continuing with the Krept and Conan theme because it's such a fantastic album, let's cite some more from the album. If bro come here with the extension, have man bobbing and weaving, I test out the Aventador, that's a goat and a lamb, greatest of all time in the Lamborghini, how can I be vegan? Updates. I've taken my pretentiousness with coffee to another level, got an AeroPress, can't wait for that to come. I think you go even more pretentious when you get the grinder. So I'm just going to use the AeroPress in the current Taylor's of Harrogate, which I've got no affiliation with, by the way. It seems like I do, I just enjoy their coffee. Training with Harley today, who's coming down from wherever Harley's from. Mansfield? Don't know where I've plucked that up. But we've got chest delts and triceps at Orpington Muscle Works. And updates regarding the beard. Karim, my barber, hold tight, De Niro's. I don't do many a shout out, but they've got their Instagram. I said, look, in this current day and age of social media, we need to get you on Instagram. They have done, so if you're in the Penge area, go and see him. We're growing the beard this Christmas. Fade it down, bring it down, McGregor style. Anyway, time for a bit of work. This week on The Sub Show. Insight order this month. I'm not a huge fan of Ghost, I must admit. It's one of the frequently asked questions on the Instagram Q&As. They're a bit gimmicky, I find. Just more of a brand and image and styling. Pretty underdosed when it comes down to the pre-workout and EAA front. However, their protein is at that top tier ISO Surge Rule 1 blend level. Me and Luke Johnson got a couple of tubs in New York last year or the year before that. Very good. The peanut butter is like for like Snickers. I have a scoop of this with my coconut milk before bed. Very, very good. New pre-workout. It's got methylibrin in there at 100 milligrams. Alpha GPC 300 meg. I've been using the Fortify by Pump Sports for the last 4 weeks. Fantastic. Highly recommend their products. But what I want to do is try methylibrin Dynamine on its own. Because Danny chucked in some candy gains, or Gains candy from Alpha Line, which is just isolated methylibrin, which is similar to, same sort of category and structures, caffeine, slightly quicker in and out of the system. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue using, for this session, the Fortify pre-workout, because I've been using that for the last 4 weeks, and add in some Gains candy. I don't want to try a new pre-workout and that. Like with ripped blends, with anabolic steroids, you don't know what's working. I know that works, so I'm gonna chuck this in. And then the Intra EA Plus by supplement needs probably the pound for pound, ingredient for ingredient, dosage for dosage, the strongest in the market. 1 scoop. In order to equal 1 scoop of this stuff, plus the addition of the electrolytes and hydration in there, you have to use a couple from other brands. So new flavour as well, which is the Fruit Splash. It says 1 or 2. I'll go with 2. I survived the Donald Trump at We Are Festival. I'm sure I could consume 2 of these. Okay, I'm 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in. My heart rate is elevated more so if I were to just have 1 scoop of the Pump Sports. And I've got that MDMA, MV Pre-Light Whoosh. So far so good, 9 out of 10 would definitely bang. I think if I had 1 more capsule, I'd be in the smoking area talking absolute shit with a randomer right now, asking if they want to come back to my villa to continue the sesh. Voiceover time with TM Cycles. Yay!
The hat's from downtown Brooklyn. Cord, Mike, like Mike. Fantastic session. The last time me and Harley trained together, I think, was when I was on prep. Now Harley's just won his pro card, so congratulations, mate. Fantastic. Very jealous of his arms. Fantastic arms. Thick and solid all round. Which is the ideal goal for us bodybuilders. Anyway, week number 4 on our current cycle. Starting weight was 87 key, 94.5. So we've gained about 4, 5, 6, 7 kilos so far, which is good going. Fantastic cycle. And it's also nice to utilise the cycle in my weaker areas, which is push. Those that have been avid watchers of the channel for some time will notice when I start contest prepping, as soon as I start to dip into deficit, my pressing, it just goes to complete and utter shite. I don't know whether it's because I've got a very long arm span. My wingspan is longer than my body. That was my unique selling point in primary school. But anything pressing wise is, when I do enter that deficit, is very hard to maintain, and a lot of it drops off. So in these stages where we are back into that super physiological range of testosterone in a very high range, higher than ever, we can utilise that. So a fantastic chest, delts and biceps and triceps, both arms this session, this particular rotation. A couple of movements have been changed. Callum has switched up the barbell RDL to a dumbbell RDL, and I think there's only 1 or 2 other changes, not sort of drastic. It tends to come from those major main compound movements, training and muscle work. So we have such a large variety of leg equipment, it seems silly not to switch it up and have those rotations in. Upstairs, if anyone's training there, we've got like 4 different leg presses, 4 different hack squats. So it's also nice mentally to see a second rotation chucked in, even if it's like a single exercise. When you're sitting there writing out your logbook, it's like, okay, shit, let's try and progress this movement. And the RDL in my previous off season, we got up to 200, and I'm sort of hitting that 180 at the moment very comfortably. I think we can surpass that 200 key RDL that we did in the previous off season. So it's just bringing up a lot of our areas. As I said before, with that the initial check-in with Callum, we're just far overpowered on stage. You know, muscle mass wise, structure is there, we just need to fill it out a lot. So we're doing so. Mid 94 kilos at the moment, feeling very, very strong. Get my bloods done again in a week or 2 time, just to check how things are going on. But I'm very, very happy with how things are going. You know, routine, I haven't missed a single meal despite this problem with my left deltoid. Still came back from the hospital, had my meals, just took 2 days off. And sometimes those couple of days off are needed, and we can mitigate as much of that fatigue and stress and cortisol as possible. Tapped into sleep, got a couple more sleep cycles in there, and woke up in the mid 94s, so ready to push on again. So 5 weeks left of this current cycle. Ruined it a bit then, didn't I? I'll leave it at that. Enjoy the rest of the video. Bean to cup, it's remarkably, I think I'm at that level where I can distinguish between good and bad coffee now, although there's probably a tier above me of people that are looking going, wrong grinder, should have got the porcelain one hand. And the beans, Taylor's Harrogate, don't worry, I've got a few recommendations. I shall broaden my coffee bean. Incident occurred on Friday. I trained with Harley, picked up my Primo, very impatient of me. I injected 1 mil, so 100 milligrams of Primo on my left delt. I never do more than 0.5 on my delts. So that was the big red flag already. Went to sleep Friday. Saturday, 5 AM in the morning, woke up drenched in sweat. Left shoulder was in agony, looked like a balloon. Staggered into the kitchen. Elle woke up and called an ambulance. And usually I'm like, no, don't, I'm fine. But I was panicking. Ambulance came, I sort of came round because I had some sugar or something. Went up to the Peru,
They gave me a couple of creams that didn't really help. It's still quite swollen now and sore to touch, to be honest. One, I think I didn't go deep enough with my intramuscular injection because I'm a bit fat at the moment and I haven't used my insulin pin since prep. I was just getting sick and tired of using the blues. So I don't think the Primo's gone deep enough. Sitting in the subcutaneous layer has caused a lot of inflammation. I don't think there's an infection, there's no abscess. Secondly, from what I've heard from individuals on Instagram, they react really badly to Primo. So everything else I'm fine with. Tren, even if I were to do a dodgy sub-Q injection and it leaked a little bit into the fat layer, I never get that sort of inflammation. But my God, it's like my whole, you could see from the injection point all the way up until my trap was just this big swollen inflamed ball. Still quite hot now, it's Tuesday, so 3 days after. It's going down, I can get some movement. I did legs yesterday. But very scary. 4 or 5 years doing anabolics and that was the first bad injection I had, so I'm very reluctant to do Primo again in case that I do react. So it may be a case of just taking an aromatase inhibitor now and focusing on my lipids and cholesterol that way. Anyway, just thought I'd update you. Don't worry, I'm not going to do a thumbnail like, oh my God, I nearly died. My arm was going to be blown off. I didn't believe this would happen to me. I'm just going to put a physique update. Because I'm a clickbait whore. Although we're going to be doing a series with Elle called the Porg. No, Project Porg. That'll be clickbait. What the fuck, mate. Anyway, rest day, Tuesday. Coffee, client check-ins. Fancy a bit of food. Could go to Poached. Poached number 2. My boy turning his restaurants into a franchise. Love that. Flavour you can swear by. Heck contacted me and said, we're making an ultimate chicken Italia burger, do you want one? I said, I like a burger. What the heck? Excuse the hair, I've had a hat on all day. Ultimate chicken Italia burger serves 2 ingredients, 2 instructions. Enjoy! Brioche buns, wild rocket, tasty chicken, heck burgers, ice, more heck burgers, crispy fried onions, chili, mayo, and salad. Thanks heck. Ooh. You know what I've always wanted to do? You know the adverts when they have people eat food and it's so obvious that they don't take a bite because it's too pristine, they do this. The crispy onion really adds a different element to this burger. It's nicer than the sausages. Very good. Brioche buns. I'll put the macros to these burgers on the screen now. There you go. Thanks again, Heck. I just realised I put a nice note in there. I didn't read it out. Hi Thomas, here's everything you need to create the ultimate chicken Italia burger. Let us know what you think. Love from Team Heck. With a heart. Hey, thanks. I like the heart. Maybe it was someone fit that wrote the heart. Maybe they fancy me. Don't watch that bit, Elle. That is so uncalled for. I'm ending the video there. There's a reason why the ghost hub is in shot. Is because of late, I have paid special attention to make my Instagram look nice. So this Instagram video that's going out needs to have the ghost in there. There we go. If you follow my Instagram, you'll see. Hope you've enjoyed that video. It's Friday. It's the last day of the week where I haven't had much human interaction. I'm losing it a little bit, so I'm going to go out and not speak to some humans, but just interact with them. Hope you enjoyed this video. I shall see you very soon for the next one. Thank you, good night. Much love.
I got some 10-inch heels in my room, baby. I'll put on my body oil in my perfume, baby. Hey, baby, I got that fire. I'll take you higher. I got that will make